Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. All the same, good day, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow young leaders and business leaders as well. My name is Ruby Amfafo, and it is my honor to welcome you, young leaders, to this year's Transformational Summit, which is themed positioning the African youth for political and business leadership. Please, am I being heard? Please, can everyone hear me, please?
Yes, please, I can.
Hello.
You are very
Okay.
audible, Ruby. We can hear you.
All right, please. Yeah. So, once again, it is my honor to welcome you to the Young Leaders Transformational Summit Africa 2024, which is themed Positioning the African Youth for Political and Business Leadership. Also, this year happens to be our 5 years of leading change and inspiring progress to Africa and beyond. And I want to say a very big congratulations to us, Level Up Africa, on our 5th year anniversary. Today, we gather to inspire, educate, and empower each other to become the leaders we seek tomorrow. Today, we embark on a journey of discovery, growth, and connection. Please, let's make today an unforgettable one. Um, Please, we are going to kickstart with an opening prayer and if, please, if Nana K is with us, can you kindly do us the honor to pray with us so we can start with tonight's summit? Nana K, are you there?
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Sure, we can.
Okay. All right. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we bless your name. We thank you for an amazing evening like this. Thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for such a gathering to be empowered, to be equipped, and to be enlightened. We can ask for the wisdom, we can ask for your knowledge and understanding that at the end of this summit, our lives will be beautified and our minds also will be transformed. This we've all done in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Amen. All right. Once again, welcome everyone, and I'm thrilled to be your MC for tonight online summit. And as we explore the theme, which is positioning the African youth for political and business leadership, um, I would love to know, what is the most impactful lesson we've learned so far in our leadership journey? Please, anyone can give some snippets and yeah, so that we can all be educated, please, for now. So anyone at all, any lesson, any impactful lesson, and I believe that we are all business leaders. If not business leaders, we are all leaders in our field. Yeah, so please, anyone at all can give any snippets of any impactful lesson that you learned in your journey so far as a leader. Yeah, so please, the floor is for everyone for now. Thank you.
Okay, good evening.
Good
Please, I'm
evening.
Abigail. I'm
All
Abigail
right.
Ifeanyi. Okay,
All
so
right,
what I would
Abigail.
like to share is throughout my leadership role as a vice president, I've
Okay.
learned to be resilient, and I've gotten the understanding that without resilience and discipline, you cannot do anything. We face a lot of challenges, and because of this resilience I've built so far, I've been able to navigate my ways through, and by the help of God, to we've been able to overcome a lot of things. So that's what I want to share. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abigail. This is very powerful. Resilience, of course. We all need resilience and tenacity. Yeah, please, anyone else, please, anyone at all can speak, whether you're a speaker, whether you're a guest, whether you're a participant, please. We want to know your lesson. I mean, any experience at all so far in your life, in your career, in your business leadership, anything, please, so that we can all, learn. For now, please. Thank you. The floor is open, please. I think one more person will do so that we can
Okay,
go to the
all right.
main agenda. Yes,
So I can
please.
speak.
All right, please. Nana K.
All right.
Yes.
Sure, thank you. So for me, I think one of the lessons that I've learned so far is that as a leader, you become as good as the team that you build around you. I believe that leadership is a team sport, and
Sure.
you are not going to go about blowing your trumpet, but the team that you build will be the ones that will verify you or validate you if you're able to really, influence them, impact them, and even transform them. Thank you.
Sure. 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 That was also very powerful. Of course, as a leader, you are not the one to blow your own horns, but it is a subordinate. Yes, that is very powerful. Please, any person, if there is no other, we would go straight to our agenda for tonight or today's um program. So please, I'll welcome Miss Imalin, and she is a pioneer. She is the founder of Level Up Africa, and I would love to read her profile. So please, without further much ado, Imalin Date is a public speaker, brand influencer, HR strategist, leadership and personal development coach, German Africa startup consultant, as well as an event consultant. As an HR strategist with up to 13 years of human resource general practice, she has experience within several industries, including aviation, oil and gas, academia, media, wellness, fashion, medical laboratory, supply chain, and manufacturing. She is the founder and CEO of ICS Africa Limited, that is Impact Concepts and Solutions Africa, a budding Pan African company that provides management consulting, personal and professional development, marketing and communication, as well as corporate event engineering and management services. She is also the founder and lead blogger of a digital platform called the Fearless and Fabulous Network, where she inspires women in leadership, faith, love, and career, personal growth, as well as promotes exceptional women globally. Additionally, she is a director for West Africa Female Leader and Entrepreneurs Network, an African community of female leaders in business. Imali chartered as a professional in HR, PHR in 2014 with the Human Resource Certification Institute USA and possesses a first class degree from the Valley View University in Human Resource Management BBA and an advanced international human resource management diploma in 2023. She also bagged a certification from John Maxwell T as a certified speaker, trainer, and coach in August 2021. Emmeline has been honored as Africans, one of Ghana's most influential women in 2017, one of the top 100 speakers in Ghana 2018, one of the 2020 50 most influential young Ghanaians, a 2022 Ghana 25 under 25 Mentor Awards in HR and Business Consulting, a Visionary African Woman Award recipient in 2023, and a 2023 Woman of Color Creating Wealth International Awardee. She has been further listed among the ELOY Foundation and African Women CEOs networks 50 power people who embody resilience, leadership, and advocates for women's empowerment and inclusion in Africa in 2024, and a recipient of the 2024 International African Women Peace Awards, IAWPA. Please, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, with our emojis, with our stickers, messages, please, let's invite Miss Imalin to give us the welcome speech for tonight. Thank you. Please, Miss
Oh,
Imalin, you're
you are
welcome.
such a phenomenal lady. Hold on, let me change my background to something more official. Hold on. Mm. Isn't Ruby a lovely compare? A round of applause for her for me. She is such an amazing, and you should meet her in person. She's so beautiful. Such a beautiful soul. And I appreciate you so much Ruby, for taking the time to, do this for us. We are grateful. And I just met Ruby virtually, and by God's grace, I've had the pleasure of meeting her in person. Such a beautiful, sweet soul. Ruby, amongst others, Nana Kofi, Emmanuel Donko. Hey, Ima. Emmanuel Donko, Gillian, Ajwa, Caleb, Barnabas, Abraham, Rifat, Yakub, and the rest of you, Clifford, the rest of you whose names I can't mention, but I hold dearly, is the reason why Level Up Africa is here today. And it has come to stay. 5 years ago, I met Barnabas and one of the gents, I can't remember his name, at an event. It's not the first time young people come to me when I speak asking me to be their mentor. I get information, I get people from LinkedIn, Facebook, and all that asking me to be their mentor. Why they wouldn't want me to be their mentor, I can't understand. But this is what I think I've got to understand. That God has made some people like a tree where birds can come in and rest and find shelter. People can come and find shelter. So people identify with you when there's that connection that this is my destiny helper. William cannot hear me. Am I audible? Nana Kofi, can you hear me?
Yes, please, Miss Imalin. Yeah, very
Okay, William,
audible.
I believe it's your
Yes.
internet. Try and reposition yourself. And let's see what I to help you better, okay? Thanks for your feedback. We appreciate that. And I noticed that I kept getting a lot of people wanting me to be their mentor. And I said, okay, I want to be more effective. Mentorship is very important to me. Why? Because youth development is very dear to my heart. Oh my God. I believe that if God didn't call me to do anything, He called me to, shaping the lives of young people. And that is why I decided to create the platform or the community called Level Up Africa, where I put everyone who comes to me or maybe directly through my mentees that want guidance. Because if you don't hold somebody's hand, that person may not be able to make it. I believe that if we hold our hands, we can all get to our destinations together. When one person is tired, somebody will hold the other person's hand. So I hold mentorship very dear to my heart because I have also been mentored. I also got the opportunity to be mentored, and I decided that I cannot just not share this. Everybody deserves a mentor, especially people who obviously have a passion to be different, have a passion to be better, have a passion to make an impact. That is the reason why I have committed my life I've committed myself to the assignment of developing young African leaders. Why African leaders? I'm African and I understand what is going on in the continent. And I also believe that this part of the world needs committed leaders, transformational leaders, generational thinkers to sustain the continent, to take this continent to where God has designed it to be. That is the reason why I do not take this for granted. It has not been an easy journey. It's not been a journey that has come without inconvenience, but I love it. I love it so much because I love people and I love the young people of Africa, Ghana, and in Ghana, my country as well, like to be more specific. Why the theme? Why political leadership? Why entrepreneurship leadership? Because these are the two areas that are of concern in our continent. These are two areas that we need to build on, we need to develop. Who better to develop it than our young African leaders? You all are endowed with so much. Oh my God. Some of you don't even know what God has put in you. You are the next best thing Africa has ever wanted. I've had the privilege of meeting other great young people doing so much. I've had the privilege of being a juror on pitches, on business competitions, and I see what young people. I'm like, oh my God! Recently, one of my mentees, with FAT, I sit as a board of trustees at the NASAG, National the name I keep mixing the A's, but Association of, I think, Student Achievement Awards. Yeah, we Refat is doing so well when it comes to supporting and inspiring tertiary students, both graduates and undergraduates. Like, he does so well, and I saw the awardees hearing what they do. I'm like, this country. I'm like, no. If these people were in America or Europe or in Asia, they'll be millionaires, they'll be billionaires, some thousandaires, but in dollars, they'll be making it better. Why are they? What is this? What's going on here? Why are we not getting better at what we do? Why is nobody pushing for these people? Why is the government not ensuring that the opportunities to take our talented ones out there, making sure they are game changers in the continent? Why are we not supporting our own? So I am very passionate about ensuring that those of you that God has put so much talents don't go waste. If I have to link you outside the country, some of you know me, I would do it. Some of you have gotten opportunities through connections. I haven't charged you one CD, and I will never do that. My joy. Some people always think that when people set up organizations or projects for benefits, nothing. I am not benefiting from anything. I don't have anything, no money, nothing. The only benefit I have is the joy you put on my faces. The joy you put on my faces when I see you achieve your dream. That is all. That is all. And so I'd say, as we approach the election season, we all know that it's not been an easy ride in Ghana. We all know it's not an easy ride in the continent, as far as leadership is concerned, as far as business leadership is concerned. But we can make it work. We can make it count. We can make a difference because we are the difference. And we will what? Make a difference. That is exactly what I want to make sure happens. Whatever God has put in you must come out. As long as you have come in contact with me and you collaborate, I want to go on projects with you. I want to connect you to people that will take you places. I want to travel with you. I want to see you expand. I want to see you independent. I want to see you helping other people. When I get an opportunity, I forward it to people who need it. You cannot be a member of Level Up Africa and remain the same. If after 2 years, you've not changed, there's nothing I can do for you again. Nothing. I can do for you. There is nothing I can do for you. I'm hoping that we'll move beyond virtual to in-person. Hopefully 2025. We had our first in-person meeting this year. It was good. Hoping that it will be much, much better. Looking forward to it. Because we need to leverage on physical connections. I met Ruby. I gave Ruby a gig. I'm ready to build her business. I want to build her to be a great entrepreneur. I want to build her to be a great public speaker. Like it's something I want to do. I'm a very busy woman. I wear many hats, but I make time for talented young people, for young people with potential. More importantly, young people with an attitude that wants to grow. You might think you're not talented. God has put a lot of gifts in you. You're an earthen vessel full of gifts. You just don't know. How can you find yourself? How can you discover yourself? By being involved. What I love about Level Up Africa is a lot of my mentees also are mentors to young people. I'm on their platforms. And I love it. If I'm only sent to only 5 people in my lifetime, I will do it like I'm dealing with a zillion people. That is my passion in life. I don't need to be called a mentor for anything in life. No. I can as well be selfish, make my money, travel around the world alone, do what I gotta do without thinking of anyone. But that is not my life. I don't feel happy like that. When I see people achieving their goals and their dream, I'm so full of joy. Like I start crying that, wow, thank God. Thank God Caleb has made it. Oh. Thank God Caleb is not a big boy. Oh. That is it. So many times when we're having programs and I see people not participating, I don't feel bad for me. Oh. I feel bad for them. Because there's a place you all must go to. I was telling Barnabas the last time. Listen, as far as taking you guys to UN meetings, World Economic Forums, all the connection, that is what I don't need to listen. I'm too busy. I've had trips I couldn't go this year. So I tell my mentees, have a passport because one day I can call you. You won't have time. Tomorrow you're traveling. Just pack your bag. Make sure you have a traveling bag. You have clothes packed somewhere, your passports, and your birth certificates, passport picture. Because when opportunity is coming, it won't tell you. But how will you be the one I will choose? It's for those of you that have been consistent. You've been constant. I see your works on social media. I see you're involved in projects. We have a good connection. You listen to what advice I gave you. You read books. You also have other mentors apart from me that are helping you. I met Caleb this year at an event I co-organized. I saw him. I said, this guy needs to be my mentee. He looks like he's going somewhere. And I want to be part of those that God will use to shaping his life. That is how it is. So 5 years down the line, oh, I'm so proud of some of you who have made it this far. And today, those of you who are hearing my voice for the first time, I'm rooting for you too. We can make it happen together. It is possible. After my session, you're going to listen to about 5 of them. Share with you their growth journeys. Level Up Africa is about growing, you know. It's about who you become, not what you do, not where you go, not what you achieve. It's about who you become. I want to be proud and say, oh, this person, this person, oh, yes, by God's grace, the person is somewhere far, somewhere bigger, somewhere greater, somewhere better. That's it. So I end because there's 5:45, we have to go to the next session. I have a lot to say. But next year, I'm hoping for us to have a lot of meetings where we'll connect, we'll talk about projects we can do, how you can get better, how you can do well at what you do, how we can push the next level. I want to get to that level with you all. It's 5 years and we are positioning ourselves for political leadership. It's time for the young people to be MPs. It's for the young people to be what? Whether political consultants, whatever you want to be, entrepreneurs, great entrepreneurs, pushing agendas. It is time Wake up. Wake up, my mentees. Next, God is going to give us life, healthy lives. Next year, no matter who the president is, God is in control. And we're going to do greater things on a global level. I don't do local championship. Bear in mind, if you have a local mindset, you can't be friends with me. You must have a global mindset, a Pan-African mindset, a godly mindset, and let's do things together. So welcome to 2024's edition of the Young Leaders Transformation Summit. If you cannot hear me, we are recording on YouTube Live. You can watch it. I love you all. Over to you, Ruby Ampofo.
Wow, thank you, Miss Emeline. Seriously, it is always a delight listening to you. We can't have enough of you. Thank you, Miss Emeline. You are a rare genius. Oh my goodness. Thank you for creating opportunity. Thank you for Level Up Africa. And it is our prayer that God gives you strength. We pray for strength for you. We pray for peace and tranquility. We pray that whatever you are reaping in our lives, all the seed you are sowing in our life, God will make sure that you live to see it and you reap it as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Malin, and God bless you. Yeah, I think at this juncture we are going to invite some mentees for of Level Up Africa. We are, a lot of genius people, but I want to first start with my testimony or my testament. I remember not somewhere this year, I registered my business, and I told Miss Emeline about it, and she gave me her advice and all of that. So wonderful, and it is a startup. So, and as a startup, we all know the economy we are in. Companies will like to see your works to be able to pay your required price. And so Miss Emeline came in and gave me the opportunity for my company, Ruby Action Agency, to, render service for NASAC awards. And oh my goodness, it has really helped me. It has really enriched my portfolio by the grace of God and with the help of Miss Emeline. We have some pictures and some videos to show on social media. And, by God's grace, we are getting clients gradually. Yeah. So, Miss Emeline, thank you. I can go on and on and on. You're inspiring. Always watching you. You always inspire me. I'm always enlightened each and every day. It is a pleasure to always watch your status. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Miss Emeline. I can go on and on, but we are dealing with time right now. So at this juncture, we will invite some of Level Up Africa mentees. So please, Clifford, Opoku, Grace, Owusu, Barnabas, Abraham, Ado, Nanake, Raphael, please, if you are here, can you get ready? And please, if Clifford is here, please, you're going to be the first person to give your testimonial, anything you have achieved, joining Level Up Africa, learning anything, any um lesson, any impact you have attained, joining Level Up Africa, any changes, any improvements, please, we all want to know so that if a participant here, this is the very first time listening to Miss Emeline, the person can be, inspired and, motivated to join this group or this network so that we all become better together. So please, Clifford Opoku, if you are here, kindly the floor is yours. But if you are not here, Grace also, please, if you are here,
Yeah,
the
so
floor is yours. Thank you.
uh can you guys hear me?
Yes,
I'm
please, we
here,
can hear you.
Clifford. So okay. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I don't know what to say to mommy and all the Level Africa team. So for me, Level Africa is a family. And so let me tell you guys about my life story within 2 minutes. So for me, I'm a broken home guy. Let's say I'm coming from a broken home background. So 2018 life was difficult. So it got to a time that I wanted to take my life. And so because it was difficult to grow up as a young guy, you don't have anyone that maybe you can talk to. You don't have anyone that you can tend to. And I keep on telling people that you may have the resources, but the journey that you are on maybe lead you to a certain destination that maybe you don't, like. So in life, you always need someone to tell you that take this path. So um 2018 I wanted to take my life, and I wanted to commit suicide, and I want to share this to inspire you so that when you are here, you know that you are part of a family where you can be transformed. So I wanted to take my life 2018. So I used to tell people that there is a 4 stage in suicide. If somebody want to commit suicide, there was 4 stages, right? So the first one is the initial stage where you organize thought, right? So you go online, you read about people, you find out that there was a lot of people who came, to this world, and they were successful people, but okay, someone is saying they cannot hear. But they, at the end of the day, they committed suicide, right? And the second stage is where you look for confirmation, right? So you look for a certain reason why you should kill yourself. And then the third stage is where you normally go ahead and then you plan. And the fourth one is the execution. So when somebody go to the third stage of suicide, like where they want to plan, you cannot even change them, right? So you cannot change them. So I was at the fourth stage, right? So the day that I wanted to keep, it was 5 minutes, right? So what happened is that I was sending messages to people on LinkedIn. I sent a message to about 100 people because I wanted to talk to someone about my life story, what is going on with me. I wanted someone to help me, and no one was even listening to me. So it was 5 minutes that that was the actual time for me to execute my plan, right? And I was there. And before then, I saw mommy profile on LinkedIn, right? So I sent her a message that this is what I'm going through. I would like to talk to her. And then within, so it was 5 minutes. I think I wanted to do it around 7 p.m. So I was there, and then she sent me a message, right? That, okay, I've seen your message, and she gave me her number. And then in the first time in history that she called me, and she said that, Clifford, if God wants you to die, just look at what you have been through. And that was the first time that for me to feel like someone is listening to me, right? So my transformation started from there. And then do that. I think Level Africa started 2019, and then we have to, bring people on board. I met a lot of people, Nana Kofi, Barnabas, Rap. So in first, I got to have a family that I feel like, okay, now people, I have people who can listen to me, who can guide me, right? So I was coming from a background that there was no hope because, as I said, I wanted to, end the life. But mommy, when I met here 2019, things started changing, right? So we started Level Africa 2019, and with that, we have been doing it. And then today, I can tell you that, as you can see me, things are going on well. So recently, I was invited by Microsoft to talk about certain technology where the whole wide world was watching for me and watching me. So a guy from a broken home, a guy from a certain village, now on the platform of getting invitation by Microsoft as a company to talk about certain stuff, and all over the world, people were watching me. After the conversation, people from US, UK, they are calling me that, oh, so who is this Ghanaian boy who was at this platform? Because a lot of people were watching, all over the world. And so these are the kind of transformation that you can get from Level Up Africa, right? So looking at my life story, this is a summary of it. If I'm to tell you what we have been through, and then the kind of help that I've gotten from mommy, the guidance and the prayers and everything. And I will tell you that if you find yourself here, this is a platform that it can take you to the next level. You can become who you want to become. So I want all of you to help me to thank mommy for for all the help, because as she said, someone's supposed to be the tree, right? So all the birds can go there and then find food and everything. So for me, mommy has been my savior from 2019 up to today, and then Level Africa has been a family for me. So I have a lot of people that I can call Barnabas, and this is a platform that you should join. So if today is your first time joining Level Up Africa, I'm telling you that whatever you are going through, I mean, whatever you are facing, there is a lot of, I mean, there's hope. There was hope for you. If today I'm here, and a lot of people, I mean, it's big people, I mean, when they look at my profile, initially most of them even think that I'm a big guy or something like that. But you know, I started from a certain village. I've been sleeping on uncompleted building. I've been a whole lot, right? There was no hope for me yet. So, but if today I can go to a certain places, I can be speaking at a certain event, and the whole wide world, I mean, people are watching me, then you too, you can do that, right? So we are putting up a book. So I'm writing my book, and I'm calling it There Is a Hope. And I think 2025, we are going to launch this book, and you got to know how I managed to get to this position. I mean, or where I am today, and how mommy helped me, and how Level Africa as a family helped me. So thank you, everyone, um, for for um, for joining today, and God bless you, mommy, for the help. I mean, all the prayers that you have been praying for us, and all the support, all that direction. God bless you so much, and God bless everybody. The Level Africa team. I mean, God bless you guys, and this is what I want to say. Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, what a testament. Of course, the future is exciting. Clifford, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, thank you, mommy. So please, if Ado Abraham is here, um, we can please the floor is yours to speak. Abraham,
Hello, can everybody?
yeah, we can see you, we can, but I think the sound,
Is it better now? Can everybody hear me, please?
yes, yes, it's better now.
Yeah, I want to start by wishing Level Up a 5-year anniversary, happy 5th year anniversary to Level Up. Amazing, and we want to specifically, or I want to specifically appreciate Miss Imalindate. It's been an amazing journey nurturing the youth over the past 5 years. For me, but I joined Level Up, I think, when it was a little, almost close to a year old. So I've been part of the initiative. uh, and it's been an amazing journey with what I realized that, mom, as you rightly said, it's not all about the numbers, it's about availability. And even more often than not, it's more of availability than advanced ability. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when mommy spots something in you, whether a talent or a skill, and it's not polished enough, provided you are available, an opportunity will be given for you to be able to work on that ability to be able to advance it. And that's what I've seen in Level Up for the past 4 years. Now you could see that these various mentees that have shared their story or are about to even share, there's some bit of similarities in what we are doing. Now, my name is Ibrahim Adu, and then I'm the founder of Get Connected, basically an initiative to help transform and inspire the youth. So some of my colleagues also in that particular terrain of youth empowerment and youth transformational initiatives. Now, what Mami has done over the past years is she's rather raised mentees who have a competent spirit and not a competitive spirit, because we do similar things. Yes, we are not in competition with each other, and where there's the need to draw synergies and come together and put up an initiative, we do same. So Level Up is more than an organization. To me, it's a family. It's a family where nobody is competing with each other, and it's been an amazing journey for me and Mommy's relationship. She's always been available to support my initiative, which is 4 years now. Get Connected is 4 years now. Now, Mommy inspired one thing in me. Mommy told me, act local, but think global. And I started thinking how I can reach out to people in other parts of the world. Then I realized the power of networking, and that informed the name of my initiative, Get Connected. So to get connected, we are basically looking at creating a platform where people can network. And that has been an amazing journey because of what Level Up, opened my eye to initiative. So it's been an amazing journey, and so far so good. We've had some speakers speak from US, UK, and all that, but it's centralized. But it's in as much as we are all citizens of various countries, I believe we are global citizens, and that's a problem that is noted in one country can also be, noted in another country, and that's when we are able to devise a solution. If it is adopted and contextualized in any setting we find ourselves, it will be able to solve a problem. So we are not just looking at Ghana. Mom is not just looking at Ghana. If you listen carefully to the address she made, she did say that when you avail yourself, there can be opportunity that she would just call you and say, hey, pick up your passport. You need to represent Level Up or Africa in another country. That's the level we want to get to. And that's how we've all been, positioned as mentees in Level Up Africa to be able to think global. It has broadened our thinking mindset. It has brought us together and imbibe in us competent spirit rather than a competitive one. And it has rather, for me in particular, helped shaping or sharpen my public speaking skills and confidence when it comes to standing in front of people. And I, by this platform, want to appreciate Ms. Emalin for the support over the last 4 years and Get Connected, constantly being on training us in different sessions. And whenever I push the topic, there's no even one instance Mommy will say that this topic is way out of the line. We need to select another topic. She's always like, hey, it's possible. Fantastic. Go ahead. Push on. Keep on. And where there is a need to give opportunity, she always offers that opportunity to me. And it's been an amazing time with her. For instance, tonight I'm going to be moderating the panel session. It's another opportunity that, it just came, as and when we were discussing. So at Level Up, you must always be ready. And that's what I want to leave with everyone. Test positive for personal development always. And make sure you are leveling up as you join the initiative. Because after 2 years, like Mommy said, if you are not leveling up, then you are either it's like you are going to school, but the school is not going through you. You are going but Level Up is not leveling you up. So yes, always make sure you test positive for personal development. Thanks, Ruby. I'll leave it here. I have so many to share, but my colleagues have even more to share that. Appreciate the time.
Ruby, permit me to.
Alrighty.
Ruby,
All right.
can you hear me, Ruby?
Yes, please.
Permit to take permission from you. Our guest speaker has packed. Let us hold on. These testimonies are so dear to my heart, but the message that my friend is going to share is dear. I don't want us to miss it. So the rest of you, please hold on. Ruby, kindly introduce our guest speaker. He's ready to take us to another level. Then we continue with the remaining testimonials and go straight into the panel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Emalin. Thank you. All right. So, welcome, Gabriel Kane Akpalu. Please, sorry if I'm not adding any title. Yeah. So fast forward, Gabriel Kane Akpalu is a corporate trainer, consultant, and a soft skills development expert. He consults extensively on business development, corporate leadership, work-life harmony, customer service, and staff development with clients in industries ranging from IT, hospitality, education, health, oil and gas, non-governmental organizations in Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Canada, India, China, USA, and UK. He is executive president of Soul Network, a corporate training, consulting, and recruitment organization, the executive director for Soul Network Foundation into education, health, and youth development projects. He is the founder of JKI Leadership Center and the managing partner for Group Atlantic Business Africa, GABA. He was the lead trainer for Enactors Ghana Annual Leadership Training, Rotaract National Leadership Training, Valley View University, Valley View University Leadership Training, UPSA Professional Masterclass, Catholic University Entrepreneurship Program, and COC Youth Leadership Training, among others. He offers corporate training in organization. He offers he offers corporate training in organizational leadership, leading leadership development, corporate effectiveness, strategic human development, hybrid leadership, and executive coaching. He was a leading trainer for the career session of the London College of International Business Studies, Ghana, and also the guest speaker at the 8th District Training Assembly and Conference, DTAC, of Rotaract District 9102 with participants from Ghana, Niger, Togo, and Benin. He was the resource person for the United Nations Fund for Population, UNFP, Yoli Fellowship Program 2024. He was a resource person for the Rotary Club of Accra East on organizational growth. He is the BDM of the King's Group and currently the president for the Coalition of NGOs on Drug Abuse Conduct. He is the international director of the IOLP Institute, the, the convener of the Strategic Student Development Program, and the Leaders and Entrepreneurs Workshop. Please, ladies and gentlemen, with our round of applause, with our speakers, with our welcoming message, please, let's welcome King Apalu Gabriel. Please say you are highly welcome to tonight's
Thank you very much.
session.
Good evening, everybody. I don't know if you can see my face. Sorry, the light. I'm in the car and the light here is not so clear. If you don't mind, I could just go off the video and just interact with you with the audio. I hope that's okay. Right. Thank you very much, Madam Emmeline, for making this possible. I think I'm glad for us always thinking about the young people. And if we take them out of the picture, there's nothing like a future for us. And so it is always we make time with young people and help them understand some fundamental basics. And so, yes, level up Africa. Okay, my good friend, you're there. I just saw you talking. And then also, I think is it Nasak? I was on the program here yesterday, and it was an interesting session, right? And so briefly, I know I have like 14 minutes to talk about a topic that is very important, and that is youth participation in political leadership. Right. I believe that next week, Saturday, a week today, we're all going to exercise our franchise to decide who leads us as a president of a nation and who do we put in parliament to legislate the laws for us. And so this conversation is very important because it's going to really largely help us to decide. Right. I would want to start by giving some injections to all of us, to the young people listening to me, right? When you go to the hospital and it's injection time, some people are scared of injections, but others know that an injection is there to solve a problem in your body, to correct an anomaly, and to help you, get your life on track, right? And so there are some three things I want you to really think about, right? The first one says that the present without the youth is a future empty of succession and filled with deep doom. I take it again. The present without the youth is a future empty of succession and filled with deep doom. And so that means that no matter whatever we are building for whoever we think we are building it for, and the kind of people we want to build, if the young people are not a part of it, it is going to be full of deep doom. Right. And you could all bear with me. Looking at Africa, 60% of the young people are Africa. And that is an important issue to anybody who wants to build a future for Africa, who has a plan for Africa. Right. And so if you take the youth out of the picture, it means we are going nowhere. And so that means that you are very important as you're listening to me here. You are very important to the future of Ghana. You are very important for the future of Africa. and you are very important for the future of the world, right? Your views matter, and what you do is critically essential for progress and for maintaining succession in this world. Now, the second injection is a youth who sits unconcerned to problems in a given society has a future of problems to inherit and no inheritance for posterity. I take it again. A youth who sits unconcerned to problems in a given community has a future of problems to inherit and no inheritance for prosperity. You are listening to me there. There are problems you find in your university community. You know you can do something about it, but you're quiet. You're not doing anything about it. There is a problem by your silence. And to tell you that we are leaving nothing for posterity if you are quiet and doing nothing about the problems we face in society. Right. The third one says that if you only complain of the weakness and faults of those ahead of you, you might end up repeating what you hated. Have a plan and be different. If you only complain of the weakness and faults of those ahead of you, you might end up repeating what you hated. Have a plan to be different. We have young people who are ready and right against people who make mistakes. We are not saying that don't correct the problem that have been created. But where you are interested in lambasting people for mistakes they have made, but you don't have a perfect plan as to how you can be different and unique, it is very possible you repeat the mistake. When Maxwell said everything rises and falls on leadership. And so your job as a young
Have we lost Gabriel?
Please, something
society,
like that.
there are some few things I want to share with you.
Gabriel, your
Right.
internet
How do you
was
participate
messing
in
up. We lost
political?
you for a minute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay, so how do you participate in the political leadership? Now, the first one, I'm going to share 7 things with you briefly in the next 5 minutes. The first one is be democratically informed and understand political governance, into bracket, through volunteerism and focused study. Be democratically informed and understand political governance through volunteerism and focused study. Right. If you want to find your space taking a leading role in governance, you must learn to understand how the systems work. Yes, we are saying the youth matter for the future, but what good does it make to a society if that youth that you put in place knows nothing about management, knows nothing about leadership? Dr. David Oyedepo said that leaders are readers. Committed readers become accomplished leaders. What are you reading to become better at? What are the kind of books you're reading? What are the kind of pages you've signed up to in line with what you want to become? We have people who want to become pilots but are in the company of accountants. You cannot get there. You will surely end up as an accountant if you find yourself in the company of accountants, but you tell me you want to become a pilot. But it is said that if you take 5 billionaires, the 6th person who joins their company ends up becoming the 6th billionaire. That is the power of influence, right? And so be democratically informed, understand how nations are run, right? You can do that through volunteerism, sorry. So look out for people who are already doing it and learn from them. I hear you talk about mentorship and all that. Learn from these people, understand democracy, understand governance, understand the arms of government, understand government's business, and know how governance is done. And so when you're put in place, you know what you're supposed to do. Number 2, be a part of national development with your initiatives, right? It enhances your exposure, defines your core competence, and informs government on what you can offer. I take it again. Be a part of national development with your initiatives. It enhances your exposure, defines your core competence, and informs government on what you can offer. A classical example is the Pastor Boys. Look at these young men who saw a problem in society as to how they can deal with what waste. They can deal with how people mess up waste in the communities. And look at the kind of support they have attracted. Look at the kind of money people are bringing to them. Look at the attention they are having. if these young guys decide to even start, a Zoom Lion competitive company, people are going to, get them in, give them attention, because these people have seen a problem in society and they've come out with an initiative to solve that problem. The question is, what initiative do you have and what problems are you solving? You are telling me that this is what you want to do in your community. The question is, have you started? This is the solution. This is your passion. The question is, have you started? Remember, if you start whatever you are doing, Dr. Miles Monroe mentioned that your passion for your purpose is what attracts people. So have you started? Are you passionate about it? This is what is going to attract people. This is what is going to attract, government to see that, no, this guy has a competence in this area and we need to engage him in this or engage him in that. Now, the third one is be responsible in exercising your franchise. Do away with leader. We saw what happened. One of the political, one of the MPs gave, rice and oil to, a security man, and you saw what he said. Even though you're giving me this, I'm not going to vote for you. Right? They are
Yeah, somebody is saying he would like to hear Gabriel again. Unfortunately, Gabriel's internet is not helping.
You must learn to vote for other people. Right? The fourth one is be a part of progressive advocacy and responsible activism. Right. So as a young person, anything that has to do with, advocacy to help people understand how things work, you need to be a part of it. We are looking at youth leadership. And if you want to be selected, if you want to be accepted, and if you want people to accept who you are and what you can offer, learn to be part of what progressive advocacy and responsible activism. 5, you join political parties and remain focused and climb the ladder of leadership. Don't just join and be in the grassroots for all you know, but make sure once you climb up the ladder and then become a better version of yourself. The 6th is volunteerism and internships. You can't tell me you want to make it, you want to be identified, and you don't embrace volunteerism and internships. Volunteerism and internships are platforms where people get to know who you are. They appreciate your core competence, and then they see how they can engage. The question I have to ask you today, what are you volunteering for? As you are home for the long vac for
Please be patient, Gabriel.
observing you.
Gabriel,
and
we are
once you do
losing
it well,
you
you find yourself in the
Gabriel, we are losing you a lot,
Okay.
and you are saying so much. We stopped at you saying, what are we volunteering? We didn't hear anything else.
Okay, so I was talking about volunteerism and internships. Can you hear me now? Apologies for the breakup in the connection. Right. Volunteerism and internships are platforms that get you noticed. They are platforms that expose you. They are also platforms that get people know who you are and what you can do. And there's one thing from where I sit recruiting for organizations. We have a lady whose wedding we attended today. Right. She came in and said, I want to do an internship. And we are looking at giving her a job afterwards because her value had been confirmed. Right. So some of us sitting home saying that there are no jobs, get yourself into an organization where you are interning. Volunteer and do something. And once you volunteer, people get to know your worth. And once they get to know your worth, they get you in the picture. Right. And the 7th one, just going over the 7th one again, participating in youth conferences and summit. If you're a young person and you want to make it, you need to expose yourself to information. Dr. Jeff Bassi says the information at your disposal determines the event of your life. Right. And so it means that try to get yourself in the right environment where there's the right information. And this will go a long way to position you as a young person to find yourself in what? Political leadership. So these are the things that we need to do. Right. You need to be democratically informed and understand political governance. 2, be a part of national development with your initiatives. Right. 3, Be responsible in exercising your franchise. Do away with corruption in choosing a leader. 4, be a part of progressive advocacy and responsible activism. 5, join political parties and remain focused and climb the ladder of leadership. 6, volunteerism and internship. And 7, participating in youth conferences and summits. I want to say that the future is before us. I want to end by saying that the future is before us and we have a role to play in the future that is being created. Don't sit on the fence. Get your hands on board. Get yourself a part of the solution and make sure when the story is being told, your name is etched in the annals of history. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, King Akpalu. This is very, very insightful. And personally, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, especially you saying if you want to be a pilot and you're in the midst of accountants, you're going to end up as an accountant. Yeah. And I believe that we've all learned a lot from our, guest speaker, King Akpalu. Yeah, so please, at this juncture, I'm going to leave it to our moderator, Abraham Ado. Please, if
Ruby,
you are
we
there,
still have the testimonials to complete, please. And then we
yes,
go into
please.
the
Sure, sure,
panel.
sure, sure.
Right.
Yeah, of course, of course. Nana K, please, are you on board? We can't wait to listen to your testimonial. Please,
Okay.
the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Ruby.
Thank
Good
you.
evening, everyone. Believe
Good
you all can hear
evening.
me.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you. So, okay, let me just go back this. Sure. So my testimonial, I think I have a lot to say, but I'll just be very brief. So I'm still reminiscing the time I met Miss Melinda. That was in 2019 during our Success Africa camp. Yes. And there was this more like an interesting part. We're supposed to do what we call an elevator pitch. All right. So introduce yourself and tell your friends about what you do and all that, where you stay and all that. So I think Miss Evelyn was part of the speakers for that session we were supposed to be having, like they were supposed to have it. And it was time for me to go and speak. Okay, so I went there, stood there, and I spoke very fast. So I was that person that I used to speak very fast. And the reason was simply because I was shy. Yes, I just wanted to, get off the stage and just go and sit down and just be in my one corner. So I spoke very fast. I remember Miss Marlene asked me whether I was a rapper. I don't know whether, Mom, you remember that. Yeah, that was 2019, I think December, somewhere in December. Yeah. So after that moment, Miss Marlene told us about what she does, the platform where she nurtures people and all that. I was like, wow, this is an opportunity for me to also be part. And yeah, what is happening here and learn and grow because as at then I was still trying to find my feet, discover myself. When I entered the university in 2019, I was a bit frustrated because I didn't plan to study here. My plans was to, study outside after writing the SAT. So coming to the University of Ghana, I thought was like a punishment. But later I got to understand it was all, part of the plans. Like Steve Jobs would say, sometimes you connect the dots looking, back. And that was experience for me. So meeting Miss Evelyn has been a transformational experience. And one thing about, our mommy here is that you don't just find a mentor in her, you also find a mother in her. So, you get to feel that motherly love. When she calls her son, for me, I'm so happy when she calls her son, yes. So, and that for me is like heaven on earth experience. Okay. Yes. So you don't just find a mentor in Miss Emily, you also find a mother figure in Miss Emily. And that is why Level Up Africa is that community where I believe that we all should be part because it provides you with that, support system, that opportunity. There are some opportunities that I got mainly because I was on the platform, mainly because mommy posted something there. I decided to follow up And there are people that I've been able to connect with. I have a community, School of Outstanding Results, and some of the speakers that I've been able to host on the platform were simply because of my connections with Miss Emily. And anytime we reach out to Miss Emily, she's always willing to support. There are events that I'll speak to Miss Emily that we need a speaker for this event, and she's always willing to, no matter how busy she is. And that for me is, so surreal and so amazing. So, Mommy, thank you so much for always opening your doors to us, and we are super, super grateful. We pray for you that God will preserve you throughout this generation because you are a figure that we look up to and we look forward to also support you on this journey. In as much as we receive from Miss Emmeline, our vision is also to contribute to her legacy. And that is what makes the vision even bigger. Yes. So if you're here on this platform, make sure after the session you get connected and you join the Level Up Africa family. It's an amazing family, and next year is going to be even bigger and better. Thank you, Mommy, and thank you on this call. I believe the others who are also going to share their stories and their encounters and their experiences. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Nana K. Thank you so very much. That was very, very inspiring. Thank you, Miss Imalin. Thank you, thank you. I mean, we can't thank you enough. Thank you for Level Up Africa. Please, if Grace is here with us, please kindly share your testament, anything to inspire someone here. Grace. Oh, so okay. So if Grace is not around, is Raphael on board? Raphael Ajana. Okay, so I guess maybe they'll join later. So for now, at this juncture, I'm going to leave it to the moderator for today to handle the panel discussion. Abraham Ado. Yeah. Thank you all. Hello.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Ruby, thanks so
Sure.
much for that wonderful session. That was interesting. And then I really want to appreciate Mr. Gabriel Kane Akpalu is also been one of the pillars of Level Up Africa. Personally known him, and he's also spoken on my platform. That was an insightful session on the 7 critical steps and key takeaways for the youth in their participation regarding the political process. At this point, we are just going to go on a panel discussion, and I am going to be engaging Caleb, Shali, Abigail Tree, which is the SRC, who is the SRC Vice President of Valley View University, Faculty Fortin, an award-winning public speaker. I also have Justina Boedi, the SRC who come for UG. I have also Rafiat. Rafiat, if I got your name wrong, just prompt me. I don't know whether Rifat or Rafiat. So you just correct me if I'm wrong. In case anybody is not available, please let me know. Do I have Caleb on the platform? Caleb Shali, are you around? Just on mute. I want to know whether you're ready for the session. Is Caleb around?
Yes, I am. I am here.
All right, so we have Caleb. Caleb, thank you very much for joining. We have Abigail also on board. Abigail Tree, SRC Vice President for Valley View University.
Yes, please, I'm here.
Thank you, Abigail, for joining. Faculty Fortin, are you also there? Is Faculty on board?
Maybe I think he's not around. I'm trying to get him.
Yes, Nana, please follow up for me. Thank you very much.
Nana, please follow up with Rifat and Folsom. They're the ones
Yeah.
handling
Okay.
the interpretation questions.
All
Okay.
right, let me just call them right away.
Yes. But is Justina on board? Justina.
Yes, please, I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. So I want to welcome all of you again to the panel discussion. My name is Abraham Ado, and I'll be your moderator for this particular session. It's rather unfortunate we were not able to do this more of an in-person where the participants have a physical interaction with you. But nevertheless, the digital platform has made it possible for us to engage you. Now, you are all doing amazingly well in your various fields. And tonight we want to engage your expertise in few discussions surrounding the youth participation under our Youth Leaders Transformation Summit. I'm just going to ask a few questions, and then you share with us your ideas and your views on those particular questions. But nevertheless, not centered to one person, even though I would call a specific person. If you have an idea of that particular question, you can also jump on board and ask or answer and contribute your ideas to that particular question. Um, Hello, Abigail. Abigail, if are you around, Abigail?
Yes, please, I'm here.
So, Abigail, when we talk about Youth Leaders Transformational Summit, right? We're basically looking at the developmental process and the youth participation in terms of, engaging their expertise, testing positive for personal development. But for this particular session, I would want your idea on how you think young leaders can effectively influence policy in their countries with entrenched political systems. In your own views, if you can help us with that, how can young leaders effectively influence policy in countries with entrenched political system?
Okay, thank you very much. Please, can you all hear me?
Yes, that is it.
Okay, thank you. To begin with, I want us all to look at politics as a whole. And in my own understanding, I see politics as ideas, and politics is about governance. So when we lay this foundation, we all get to understand that as citizens of every country, our ideas are very, very important. And so, talking about entrenched political systems, we get to know that these political systems, they are not willing to change. They hold on to traditions like what we used to do is what we are going to do. This is how things are, so we are going to continue to do that. And so they are not willing to be reformed. And so, as youth or as youth leaders or young leaders, what at all are we going to contribute to the cause of we changing this narrative? So, I'll start by education. We have to educate ourselves more on current affairs or political issues, history, and democracy as a whole. So, as young leaders, I always say that if you are informed, then you'll be reformed. So, we need to be abreast with issues. We need to know what's going on in the country. We need to learn, read more, get to know history, get to know what is going on with the country. And with that, you are going to effectively impact in we changing the narrative as I laid earlier. And the second point I want to deal with is we have to focus more on ideals rather than traditions. We have to focus more on ideals rather than traditions. You see that we need to we have to keep it in mind that some things that used to be done in years back are not supposed to, like we are not though it's going to guide us on how to lead our life today, but we shouldn't stick to those things. We have to be open-minded. We have to understand that all that we are dealing with, the contributions, the decisions we are taking, it has impact in the future. And so we have to make sure that we focus on ideals, we focus on how to bring on board solutions to problems that we face. And the third one that I want to talk about too is we have to be transgenerational thinkers. I already said that all that we are doing today has impact in the future. And so we have to make sure that the things that we think about today, all the decisions that we want to make, we need to think about the future. We need to think about what would happen in the next 10 years, what will happen in the next 20 years. Always moving on the road, I get to see that they are doing some reconstructions and other stuff. And I think about that. So the leaders not think about either let's say in the next 10 or 20 years, this place is going to be more populated. So let's construct two like double road, and that would be all. But now they are just destroying people's properties and other stuff. So if we think about the future, we set plans and goals for the future, it's going to help us in whatever we do today. And the third one that I would also talk about is young leaders have to be patriotic. We always have to put our nation in front of us, Ghana first and nothing more. I love what our first guest speaker said, that we have to think, we have to act locally, but think globally. Though we are facing a lot of challenges, have to put our nation first in everything that we do. If we are more patriotic, we wouldn't take bribes. We wouldn't sit there to watch people do evil. We would stand on our feet as young leaders. And the fifth point that I'll talk about too is that we have to be actively involved in creating opportunities and avenues to have with policy makers. And so if we we create such avenues, that we would say they would listen. And we also have to understand that we have these political groups in various universities like the TAIN, TESCON. So I'm going to my sixth point, which is we have to communicate among ourselves as youth. So TESCON and TAIN, they don't have to be having meetings within themselves, but they have to collaborate. We shouldn't create that tension. We shouldn't hate the other person in the other party. As youth, we need to come together as one. Think about the future, not to fight amongst ourselves, but think about things which would help our like which will help us now and our brothers and sisters who would come in the next generation. And so these are six things, six key points I want us all to know. When we bring all these things together, it's going to help us to effectively change this problem that we have with them. It's going to help us change this narrative whereby in a system, the people or the leaders are not willing to change. They are not willing to be transformed or reformed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abigail. That was an excellent 6 points on how young leaders can influence policy in countries where it's very hard to break the status quo when it comes to policy. Yes, those are the steps in the right direction. I would only add that the youth must also, like you rightly said, educate themselves on the existing policy first, find out the loopholes, and then they can also contribute. Now, there are forums, there are various conferences which are held, which some cases are limited. So the youth, in as much as they want to influence policy changes, they must also be willing to network them more so that they can get access to these platforms where they can make their views be heard. Is there any other person in the panel, right, that want to add 1 or 2 points to this particular question and submission by Abigail Free before we jump on to the next question? Just those in the panel discussion, the panelists. Is there anybody that wants to contribute on how young leaders can effectively influence policy in countries where it's difficult to change political systems? Let's give you seconds. If not, I'll jump on to my next question. And then after all the panel discussion, I'm going to open the forum or give it back to the MC to open the forum where the general participants can ask their questions regarding these sessions. So please, as and when we are going on, if there's any question that pops up, please be sure or do well to note it down so that after the session you can rightly ask the question and get answers to your question. I see no hand up, so I'm going to quickly jump onto my next question.
But before then, it's Faculty on with us. Faculty, have you joined us now? Nana Kofi, kindly give me an update. Is it back with us now?
Yeah, back with this one.
Hi, Faculty. I hope you're good. Hello, Faculty. Can you hear me?
I think
Just let me know if you can hear me.
Right. I can hear you now. I can hear you now. We missed you a bit, but you're loud and clear now. So,
You
Faculty,
can hear me loud and clear?
yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. I just
Yes.
finished speaking somewhere, so I'm in a place where right now it's a bit noisy, so I just hope you can just be able to hear everything that I will
Yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. I think it's
Okay.
perfect. We can hear you. We're just going to make this
Okay, that's
enough
fine.
so that we can let you go. Faculty, when we talk about youth, right, and their transformation, I want your views on how important personal branding and public speaking is to young people who want to partake in political or entrepreneurship leadership opportunities. You know, there's a saying that you are dressed based on the way you dress, and branding is the key thing that is even it even projects you before you even say a word. So I want to know your views. How important are personal branding and public speaking to young people who want to partake in political or entrepreneurship leadership opportunities?
All right. It's totally fine. Thank you for having me. Special thanks to Rifat and Miss Emmeline for being here on the platform to talk to all of you today. Okay, so it's totally amazing because, and let me say this, I don't do virtual events like that even anymore. So this one is a very so it's a special event for me to do this and then come on this platform to share my ideas. Anyway, so what I'll say is this: you see, when it comes to personal branding, public speaking, and running a business as a young person, I wouldn't even see those things as should you do them. Those things are a must, especially in the era that we are in right now. In an era whereby everything is moving so fast, it's ever changing, it's dynamic. In my business this year, we did about 6 figures in revenue. Now, I realized that a lot of the leverage that happened in my business came from personal branding. So personal branding then became a way for us to be able to increase, it give us leverage in our business so that make all our marketing efforts were not so much based on campaigns that we run independently, but just my face was able to get us through the door easily. So that's the good thing about building a brand. When you build a brand, it gives you more leverage in the marketplace. From starting and quitting my job or resigning where I was working was a remote job to building a 6-figure business, personal branding is not just an option. Seriously. You see, most people don't understand personal branding. They think personal branding is about posting online. And that's exactly what personal branding is not. Personal branding is not about the number of posts you make. In fact, the number of posts you make does not determine how much of a brand you're building. You can be posting every single day, every single minute, and you're actually destroying your brand in the process. You have to understand what it takes to build a brand. So what does it take to build your own brand? When I'm talking about your personal brand, first of all, let me backtrack into the past of all branding. You see, words are like words. Words. Everything in this world has a past, and it's the same with words. Words also have a past. So for you to be able to understand the definition of the concept of any word in this world, you need to understand its past, its history. The word brand comes from the Proto-Germanic word known as brand, B-R-A-N-D-R, and that word means to burn. Now, to burn permanently with iron. So, if that word brand meant to burn in those days, how does that correlate to how we understand branding today? In those days, they used the word to burn because in those times, their assets, listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen, their assets were in livestock. Their assets were in livestock. So when their assets were in livestock, the only way by which they could differentiate, let's say, Nana Kofi's cow from Pakusi's cow is by burning something on the horns of the cattle. What that means is that at that moment, the reason why they did that, and that was what that brand really meant that time, was because the primary purpose of branding is for differentiation. The reason why a lot of people can't build a lot of brands in these days, especially great brands, is because they don't understand that the primary purpose of branding is for differentiation. It's not about showing your face every time. A lot of people are doing things that have already been done. It's about being able to do something with a unique value proposition attached to what you are doing. You have to figure out how you can win in the differentiation game, because there are a lot of people in the world. There are a lot of people in the marketplace. Social media has made it more available for anybody to find your competitor, for anybody to find somebody who's doing what you have to do. But personal branding allows you to be able to differentiate yourself in the market. So essentially, that's what you need to learn. You need to be able to learn how to build a brand. You need to learn how to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. So essentially, once you can learn that, thing changes. Eminent. Yes. Sorry, a minute.
Thank you very much, guys. So while we are waiting for Faustin to get back with us, this few ground will
Okay. No, sorry. I hope you can hear me now.
yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you so much. I had to change the location that I was sitting. So yes, as I was saying, so it's about being able to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. So once you've been able to differentiate yourself and you've been able to stand out and gain all the visibility, then that's when personal branding can work for you. For those of you listening to me, let me just give you a 5-step formula to building your brand. It's a method that I teach. It's called VAVA. VAVVA. VAVA. The V, number one, first V is for vision. You see, in order to build a brand, you need to have a vision. Every time that I speak about vision and all of these things, people think it's just, oh, you just want to be able to just talk about something metaphysical. But the thing is that our lives run on vision. The scope of your success is dependent on the scope of your vision. The kind of success you have, whether it's small or it's big, is dependent on the kind of vision that you have. So you need to be able to sculpt a vision. You need to look, what do you want your brand to look like? You first of all have to sculpt that vision. How do you want your brand to be perceived? What kind of person do I want to be? The magnitude of work that I have to do to be able to get to that thing. You need to be able to sculpt that end goal. That's what you need to do. You need to build a vision. The word vision comes from the Latin word known as visionem. That word means side beyond side. Somebody type side beyond side. And what that means is that essentially you're supposed to have a side that is beyond your present. That means that in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, there should be a particular kind of life that you should have. And that's the first thing you need to do. You need to sculpt how you want to be. How do you want to be seen? Essentially, that's what personal branding is. It's about how exactly you want to be seen. Personal branding is a battle of projection and perception. Now, the next one, that's the V. So that's the first one. V, that's the first step to building a brand. Sculpt or have a vision of what you want your brand to look like. Then you should have the A. The A, yes, side beyond side, side beyond side. Thank you for typing. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Nana Kofi. Side beyond side. Let's type that. Side beyond side. Okay. Now the next A is something called authenticity. Authenticity, ladies and gentlemen, is the bedrock of building your brand. So what you need to do is that you need to understand how to build your brand. You need to figure out your authenticity. You see, you are not like everybody. When you came on this world, you came on your own. If God had the wisdom to bring, even twins are different. If God has the wisdom to be able to ensure that you're a different person, that your thumbprint is different, that everything about you, your identity is so different, then that means that you are a different person and there's something unique about you. You have to be able to dive deep. You're supposed to go down and delve deep inside your yourself and then find what's authentic about you. Find something authentic about your brand that you can be able to project. You need to find that unique thing, a unique value proposition in business. So you call it a unique value proposition. You find that whatever you are doing, there's something, you should find something unique about what you are doing. So that A is for authenticity. Be authentic. Do not try to copy others. Do not copy and paste. Then the next thing is something called a V. Now, that's the other V. Sorry, so it's visibility. So after you found your authenticity, then you have to be able to find a way by which you can become more visible. You know, the reason why a lot of people can do so many things, like I don't care what you are doing, I don't care what business you're running, I don't care if you're a speaker, I don't care how good it is, I don't care how good you are at it, whether you're a photographer, whatever you're doing, okay, whether you're the best banker, whatever. Right eyeballs or the people who are seeing you, you are not doing anything. Visibility is visibility is the way that you get seen, not just by everybody, but just also by the right people. So you have to figure out how you can get seen. You see, the Bible says this: seest thou a man diligent in his skill? In Proverbs 2, verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his skill? He shall stand and serve before kings and not unknown men or mere men. Do you know what that means? You see, a lot of people don't understand that scripture. Whenever they say that scripture, they just say, oh, you have to be diligent. No, it's not just about being diligent. The Bible could have just said, a man who is diligent in his skill will stand before kings. But it said a word before the diligent. It said the word, seest thou. That means that, seest thou a man who is diligent. That means that a man who is diligent, who has not been seest thou, in quotes, cannot stand before kings. Visibility and ability will get you to stand before kings. That's what I need you to understand. So you have to figure out a way by which people can know you and know you for something good. How can people know you and know the value inside of you? That is what changes the whole equation. That is the rema behind Proverbs 22, verse 29. It gives you the pattern by which you can be able to stand before kings. Have visibility and ability, and you will stand before kings. That is essentially what that means. So you have to have that. Now, after you have that, you build something called authority. Authority is your ability to be able to build something called thought leadership inside of the marketplace. And once you have that, and once you build your brand authority, you are trying to make sure that people don't see you as just another person, that people see you as their person. So people don't see you as a speaker, they see you as the speaker. That's why I'm the greatest speaker for my generation. It's because I figured out a way by which I can stop being seen as a speaker to the speaker. That's what you have to do within your business. That's how you can build a brand. And that's the difference between people who are building great brands and people who are building average brands. Figure out how you can become the person, whatever niche you are in. If it's the personal development niche, how can you be seen as the personal development coach, not a personal development coach? Once you can be able to figure out how to move from air to there, you can build authority. So once you have that, it's easier to be able to now move into politics or entrepreneurship, because you know, look at every political party. Mahama, because he has built his personal brand so well, he now has all the visibility, the authority within that space. Now, whenever, people, it's not people, you can bring any other person, but people are drawn to Mahama. It's a face that they're using to market, it's not just the party, it's a face. So other people who have not built their brands as well, it's difficult for them to enter that market. You need to be able to do that. In the world that we are living in, you need to build your personal brand. It's another form of marketing. You need to do that and get that straight. Once you do that, it will be easier for you to now get into doors, get more deals. It's easier for me to get more deals for our business, for our company that we're running, and it just makes everything easier. So once you build a brand, it's going to help you in that sense. Also, communication. You spoke about public speaking in the question, I think. If you want to be able to, communication comes from the Latin word known as communicationem. That word means making common. What that means is that as a person, you need to be able to be not just eloquent, but help. What you're supposed to do essentially is this: take a complex idea and make it simple. So many people have great ideas, they have great things, but they're not able to communicate the value of their brand to investors, to customers, all because they're trying to explain things on their level of consciousness instead of trying to simplify things. Communication is about being able to simplify all of that. So you may want to build that and attach that to your brand, because your brand essentially will have a lot of communication. And once you figure that, you change everything about what you are doing. And that's how you can use that to build a company. You can use that to build and then move into any space that you want to. I wish I could go deeper, but this is just a panel session. I can't be able to get into all of the things that I have to share. I just finished speaking at an event, and it's so cool to be able to do this. Thank you. I hope, is that okay, or there are more questions?
Thank you very much, Pakwesi.
Okay.
Yeah, that particular question was just for you, and the series of questions I have, this was the only one. The others would just be a contribution if need be. You want to jump on and just top up the views that people are sharing via that particular in addressing that particular question. You are free to do so. But this was your main
Okay.
question, and that was given to you. But before you go, just give us the last two of the V and A. You said Vava, and you've given us up to so the last V and A. What's that?
Yeah, so VABA, vision, authenticity, visibility, authority. VABA is the four-step system. Okay. Vision, authenticity, visibility, authority. With this, if you can follow that VABA, you can build a brand, a person to scale almost anything.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have personally
my final words. My final words before I leave will be that in life, I always say this, in life, there are always two sides of the coin. In life, we have something called binary outcomes. We live in a world of duality. When there's good, there's bad. When there's up, there's down. When there are riches, there's poverty. Where there are problems, there are solutions. What that means is that you cannot be in the middle. You're always supposed to be in one of them. So that means that if you are not a part of the solution, you're automatically a part of the problem. This is level up. 2025 is your time to be a part of the solution-oriented people. The moment you're not part of the solution, you're automatically a part of the people who are creating problems. You and Nanado, you are blaming Nanado. You and him are wearing the same trousers. You are blaming him for making KK5C. You are part of the problem. You're part of the reason why the KK5C. Decide from today that you want to be a part of the solutions. People are creating companies. People are doing things. People are being able to build themselves, get certifications, doing things that are going to add things to themselves, to do something for the generation, to do something for people other than themselves. Decide to be a solution-oriented person, and everything in life will start gravitating towards you. That's what I can say. So decide to be solution-oriented, and everything in life will gravitate towards you. My name is Pakusi Folson. Thank you so much for having me. You can connect with me on platforms. My Folson is Folson, PK Folson on Instagram, Pakusi Folson on LinkedIn. Yes, and I'm Ghana's greatest speaker under 30 years old. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pakwesi. Before you leave, you can just drop your social media handles again in the chat box.
Yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned that PK Folson on Instagram, PK Folson 1 on Instagram, and then Pakwesi Folson on LinkedIn or anywhere. Essentially. Yeah.
Right. Thank you for connecting, and we are happy to have your views on that particular question.
Miss Emily, thank you too. Thank you, Nanakofi. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a nice day. That's the solution. Bye.
Right. Thank you very much. That was Pakwesi Folson's submission on how important personal branding and public speaking is for the young people who want to partake in political or entrepreneurship leadership opportunities. And that was the 4 wisdom nuggets said about how they can rightly do so. I always say that when people ask me what personal branding is, I would say that if personal branding was an activity, then a dress code will just be an icebreaker in that particular activity. It goes beyond your dressing, it goes beyond how you speak. Like you rightly said, you must have a vision, you must authenticate it, you must have visibility and all that. So personal branding is the whole topic, and I'm hoping in the subsequent session, even though Mr. Malin had already done that, we will be able to do that again to make all of us understand what the importance of personal branding is and personal branding into details. Wonderful submission by Pakwesi again. As I am moving on the panel discussion, just for the panelists to know, if you have any addition that you want to add to the point after the panelists have made the submission, you can just put up. Then we can do that briefly. We are running behind time, so we want to just do this quickly as much as possible. I have 3 more questions. My third question is to Rafiat Abubakar. Rafiat, if you can hear me, what mindset is needed for young people to succeed in entrepreneurship? We advise that all panelists.
Abraham, he's Rifat. Rifat, yeah, please.
In fact, yes, before I started, I was trying to get him on board to correct me on the name because I didn't want to commit myself. So thank you very much for the correction. In fact, Abu Bakar, um, your question is what mindset is needed for young people to succeed in entrepreneurship? Because you're running behind time, we would advise that you all make it more like a summary point for us to be able to also give the chance for participants to ask their questions. In fact, can you hear me?
Right, I can hear you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening and welcome
Okay,
to the
thank you. But Abraham, you of all people shouldn't get my name wrong. This is a serious offense.
I
This
apologize.
is
I just tried to say apology.
all right, that's fine. So that was a great submission from Kwasi. As usual, you always hit the nail well in the wall. So, and apologies for running late. I decided to take a short nap after traveling down from somewhere this morning. Okay, so my question, what is the mindset needed for young entrepreneurs to prosper? So this question is very sensitive because if you look at my years of experience starting my social enterprise, it's not up to a decade. So all that I'm going to share with you is an experience I have passed through, failures that I encountered, and the success that I have also encountered along the way. So all that I'm going to share with you is not going to be based on assumption or what I have read from the internet or what I've heard from somebody. Because what I've read from the internet and what I've heard from somebody, I have not yet implemented it. So I cannot give an objective to that. So what I'm sharing with you is my 5 to 6 years experience in social enterprise. Okay. So as young as we are, sometimes we think once you have an idea and everybody is so attached, fixated to their idea with a mindset that the idea is the best, is the brilliant. Thereby, we don't want to invest in certain things that are so important in it. We think so far as the idea is a great one, we are good to go, but that is a self-deceit. So as young one, you have not really built a foundation in your enterprise or in your business. Number two, you have not been able to build a certain form of network that also is going to be a cushion in the form that when you are going to have challenges, these are the networks that are going to hold you, especially at the part that you will fall short. Number three, you also have not opened yourself to adaptability because you think, okay, this is what you want to do, this is the idea, this is the passion you have, thereby that is the only way you want to go. Entrepreneurship goes beyond that. In as much as in the course of developing your idea, you will need other ideas to come, other people with different set of expertise, experience to come in. But it is very important to have bits and pieces of all those expertise that are coming on board. This is to sustain you such that you can best identify who the right person is and coming to join your company. But if you fall short and not having any bit of experience or an idea, that is where if you're not fortunate enough to meet the person with integrity, you end up falling short or delaying along the way, or worst case scenario, you're failing at all. So I would be sharing 6 things that we should pay attention to. The first three is what we can really practice it in our own way by learning on it every day. And then the second three is one that we deliberately have to be building every day, now and then. So number one is that we have, as I've mentioned earlier, as a young entrepreneur, you should have the mindset of adaptation or adaptation. What you should remember is that the business world currently is constantly evolving. It's not changing at all, especially after 2020. The dynamics of business is changing seriously, and that is creating serious competition on the market of business and entrepreneurship. So if you are not one that embraces change, then count yourself possibly out of the market, because your competitors are learning and are practicing new things to improve on their services. And as human as we are, customers are always looking for the best way of getting services, the convenient way of getting services, the reliant way of getting services. So, and all of this comes by the frequent changes that we have to apply in our business. It does not mean you copy from somebody and apply it in yours, because your vision is different, your target market is different, your culture of working is different, your model is different. But you can only copy, learn around what you've copied, do a research about what you've copied, and align it with what your beliefs, your objectives, your goals, and all of that is in what you are also doing before you can apply. Because in this world, we all copy one or two things from competitors or those that have already made it and apply, but it shouldn't be copy and paste in your business. That is why you should remember to always think of adaptation. And then you have to also be a person of flexibility. And if you are very flexible, it ensures you stay relevant in the competitive market. Don't hold yourself so tight. Don't hold yourself so tight. Let by appearance people say you're always serious. That is okay. That is okay. However, in the application of that seriousness, you have to be flexible. Don't hold yourself too tight, rigid. Other than that, you end up breaking. Allow fresh ideas to come in. Allow people to contribute to their ideas. And then you can blend it with what you have. That is what you are going to have the best of ideas to apply in your business. The number 3 is collaboration. Collaboration. You see, one thing I have observed in my line of business is that some time ago, it was okay to be the one-man power in your business, thinking you have the ideas, you have the skills to go, and thereby you don't associate yourself with relevant stakeholders, relevant associates. But today, the dynamics have changed. I've mentioned earlier, after 2020, things have changed. Collaboration is a very key thing for every young entrepreneur. Why do you need to be someone that collaborates a lot? The reason is, one, it builds your team wisely. One, if you are somebody that always feels awkward, feel worried when you meet somebody who is more smarter than you, then please, in this era, you are wrong. In our era, you have to always look forward to work with people that are very smart. Smart people should not be your competitors. If the person is not working on what you are doing, then bring in the person to what you are doing so that they can add on to the smartness that you already have. Now, why do you think you need somebody with smartness? As human as we are, God created us such that we cannot be excellent in everything. If you are good at writing, somebody is good at strategies that can be put in place to make the writing go viral. Somebody is equally good at creating a system or a software that after the writing and strategies put in place, that writing can be put on the system or can be put on the software for it to run beyond your boundaries. And these are people that are coming in with different set of ideas. And so you have to pull them along. Like I mentioned earlier, just have bits and pieces of all of these smart people, their idea, thereby you can fish out who the best person. In the case of being very collaborative, watch out for people that are very focused and people with integrity. Because if you don't have the person of integrity in your team, you would end up losing the entire of your idea because they are going to snitch you or they are going to use you and then not able to help you achieve the purpose that you are pursuing. And so you have to be smart, learn it. It's not easy to come by somebody who is not a person of integrity, but you need to learn it. Learn it. The other part of being a collaborative person is that it makes your brand and yourself a person to be trusted. Because now people see you to be open. People see you not to be shielding yourself away other people. Now, if I want to be part of you, I want to see that you are open. If you are not open, I'll be scared of thinking that you are not open to let me understand or know what is going on and what we have to do. You're hiding things out. Then possibly I have to also hide mine. Because if you are not ready to open up, I cannot open up for you to steal or pick mine and dump me along the way. So if you're collaborative, it gives you the recognition of being somebody to be trusted. Thereby, you get the right set of people to work with. So this first three is what, as young people, venturing into any sort of enterprises or any sort of businesses or any sort of project, you have to consistently practice and put in a deliberate focus in it. One word I would like to share after this three and then go on to the second set of three is that as a young entrepreneur, you have to be very focused. You always will listen or you always will hear different set of ideas, suggestion, advice. The talk is so much in the market. Somebody who has not even started anything at all in the entire life would want to come and advise you. People that don't have any sort of idea, experience in your area of practice or operation would want to give you an advice, an idea, and expect you to pick it right from the advice or the idea is given. No. So the talk is so much, the talk is plenty around us. Listen, but stay focused. Listen, but I said stay focused. If you are not focused, you will turn apart, peel into pieces in your own shadows. So listen, but stay focused. Now let's move to the second set of 3 points that I want us to pay attention to. Young entrepreneurs, don't joke with the word coach. Very, very critical in the heart of our business or in the heart of our enterprises or whatsoever project we are pursuing. Look out for coach. Now, I have come to understand that there's a difference between coaching and then mentorship. Now, you have to get a coach in your life and you have to get a coach for your business. The life of a business is different from the life that you want to live. That is why we have a private life and then, we have a private life and then we have a public life. Your business becomes your public life and then your private life is your own set of principles that you want to live with. And then the business becomes another independent set of principles that you have to live by it. And so when you are practicing or building or developing your business, get a coach. Now, a coach is someone who not necessarily someone that have been in or have done it before what you are doing. But these are people that have what I call the general understanding, the general idea, the general overview of what you are doing. And these are people that you can reach out to in most cases, anytime you want to reach out to them. And so they will be like your clock. Coaches are like your clock. They are always on standby when you want to reach out to them for guidance, directive. They are there to support you. And so get those people or that one person in your career or in your life, and then they will be correcting you here and there. And then away from the coach is that you have to also get a mentor. Now, this is where the confusion sets in. I just mentioned coach. Now, the second is mentor. Mentors are people or mentors are individuals that have done exactly what we want to do. And if you're selecting your mentor, you have to be very smart. It is always okay to learn on the job. But the reason you have to get a mentor is that if it's supposed to take you 20 years of experience to hit your peak or to hit your apex, With the right mentor, it could take you half of the 20 years to reach your apex, because the steps that they pass through, you have not passed through yet. So you are naive. You can, yes, you have strategies that is guiding you, but your strategies is only assuming what is supposed to happen or what can happen in the future. That is what strategies all means. And then you find a way. But the mentor knows that, yet you have that set of strategies, but nature also have its own strategies for you. And so the mentor understands that the path that you've taken, the actions that you are applying is going to lead A, B, C, D. And so they are going to guide you, A, do it this way, B, turn it this side, C, put it this side. So the mentors are always people that have done it exactly what we want to do now or what we are doing now. And these are people that are very busy. Reasons because they have reached the apex of where you want to reach. And so they are always on the run. These are people you cannot always get like the coach. They will not be a clock for you anytime you want to watch the time they are there. But on critical occasions, they will come in for you. And so a mentor can meet you in a month, maybe once, or sometimes once in 2 months, or 3 times in a month, but it's not something that happens frequently compared to the coach. But the advice or the guidance they will give you is supposed to guide you for a long or short period of time before you can go back again. And another thing you have to pay attention to, which I share generally to everybody, is that, please, in our part of the world, mentors are not our sponsors, i.e. people that we always run to for financial support all the time. Let the mentor decide to assist you when the need be, but not when you want 100 CDs, then you place a phone call or you place an email or you place a WhatsApp. It's wrong. Your mentor must understand you that the only time you will need financial assistance is when the business need it for growth, but not you as a person. Even you as a person, when you need it, the mentor must understand it, that you need it for a purpose that is going to help you as a person, your growth. And then that growth can be translated or transitioned into your enterprise or your business. And so your mentors or your coaches are not your financial people. If you let them see you to be a financial vector, somebody who comes and always absorb from them, you won't get them in your life all the time. They will dump you, they will go away. But the fact that they've made it in their life does not mean they always have to walk around giving their money, their resources to people. They'll only give their resources and their money to where they know is going to reap more, is going to multiply. And so you would have to prove to them that you're a person of multiplication. When 1 is invested in you, it tends to be 2, or the 2 tends to be 4, or 4 tends to be 8. When you position yourself that way, you will get a mentor that is so much interested in you, because they see that what they have learned, they are giving back to a younger one who is also going to continue even when they are no more, and then it will continue like that. Number 3 is you have to get a sponsor. So coach is there, mentor is there, a sponsor is there. All of this, you need to build a certain mindset. And this is the mindset I started giving you from the first set of 3. Now, how do you identify who a sponsor is in your enterprise, in your project, or in your business? When you have built a certain type of charisma, a certain type of personality, a certain type of individual, that people can vouch for you, people can believe in you, and even go to the extent of recommending you, go to the extent of referring people to you, then you are on the verge of getting sponsorship. Now, sponsorship does not always apply that it's a financial support. It could be a breakthrough, a networking, or it could be a collaboration that somebody can connect you to. So if I mention sponsor in your getting a sponsor in your journey, this is what it means. Get somebody who would mention your name in your absence to an opportunity. Somebody who will recommend you in your absence to an opportunity. Somebody who will refer an opportunity to you when you have no idea. And all of these opportunities, all of these recommendations, or all of these name mentioning in the room of opportunities is a way to develop and grow your enterprise. Now, we have so many forms of sponsorship. Number one, it could be that generally you want financial support, but it won't come in the form of cash. And so when the sponsor mentioned your name, because the person who then your name is mentioned to want the services of what you do in your business, then you are going to get a contract, you are going to get a deal. Initially, you wanted a cash investment from somebody to come into your project. But in this case, you've gotten a client, or you've gotten a partner, or you've gotten somebody who wants your service and pay for it. And so you do that work diligently, professionally, nicely, time delivery, everything on point. You get a compensation that, if not equal to the amount of money you were expecting somebody to be invested in you, or you were looking forward to even go and borrow, you can leverage that service you've rendered and gotten that compensation to run your business. So that is one form of sponsorship. Your name being mentioned in a room or in a space where you are not there for referral. Another set of sponsorship is that you are looking for clients to serve. That is the opposite of what I've just mentioned. You're looking for clients to serve. You are on social media, you are on everywhere. But sometimes you can have the best marketing product on the social media. But because you are young and consumers are so okay with already what is on the market, you need people that are going to also recommend your product or your services to people. And so when somebody comes to my DM, or somebody comes to me and say, okay, Rifat, I want A, B, C, D, where do I get? I know on the market there are already or existing brands that are going to satisfy the needs of this person that I've asked me, but I'm going by yours. Even though you are just new on the market, nobody knows you, only few people, your friends, your few networks, your family that knows you, I'm going to recommend you. That recommendation is also a way to sell your service, to sell your product. And then the last part, which we all, as young people, are looking for as soon as we start a business, is who is coming to put in money. So this sponsor will look for maybe organizations, maybe individuals, or maybe people that are looking forward to invest cash or resources into whatever you are doing. So this sponsor is going to be the one that, in the entertainment industry, they call them lead way or road managers. And this sponsor person doesn't come just by chance. You have to develop the art, the skills, the mindset to identify them, and then you keep them. And in the course of keeping them, you need to have the art and skill of relationship management. Do not spoil that relationship. You spoil it, you are done. Now, what are some of the ways that you can do ignorantly, or you can do to terminate that relationship? When you think you're smart, the person recommend you to number B, and then the next time you don't want to go to the sponsor again. You want to go and deal directly with the number B. That is wrong. Always continue to deal with your sponsor, through whom you got a contract, you got a deal, or you got a recommendation, or you got a cash investment. Deal with until that sponsor say, oh, come on, Abraham, you can deal with a person. I have done my part. Number two, how to manage or protect that relationship is that always remember to protect the interest of that your sponsor. The fact that the person I've seen you to be young person and they are helping you does not mean they are also, they are like desert. They don't want rain or they don't want water. Let them feel something. Let them benefit from what they are also doing from you. So appreciate them. Maybe you won't have the financial support to appreciate them, but appreciate them in a value way that could be a service. Same way you can also be recommending them to, it could be any social work, any social project, or even a business, you can recommend them. So they'll know that, wow, this young person I am helping equally thinks about me, equally have me in his or her heart by recommending me. The third one is that you have to prove yourself to be believed. You
Hello,
have to
Rafiat.
prove yourself.
Not to cut
Yes.
you, but we want to be time
Okay.
bound. Just one extra minute to wrap up so we can take the last two sessions.
Okay. Thank you. Then I'll call it short here. So like I mentioned, prove yourself to be believed by this sponsor. And make sure, like I mentioned, his or her interest is met. Even to make it more professional, because this person is recommending you a lot. You can sit with a person. What compensation can I offer to show appreciation of what you are doing? Don't be greedy and say this person is bringing all the time, so you're cool, you're sitting, you're not thinking of their interest. Have a discussion with them if you have the board. Have a communication or conversation with them. Let them know halfway how you can also compensate them. It could be that when the support or referral or recommendation is coming in, you can dash out 10%, 5% to appreciate the person. And then the last bit is that learn on being a person of integrity, and then add humility, and then you add relationship management. If you have integrity, you have humility, you are good in relationship management, this is some of the set of mindset that if you apply and you're good at, you will find your way to struggle anyway, but success awaits you. So these are the short experience that I would like to share with you from my journey of a social entrepreneur. And thank you everyone for giving me the audience, and thank you, Miss Emmeline, for always believing in us and giving us some of this platform to share our experience with the young ones. Good evening.
Thank you very much, Rifat. That was power-packed sessions, and we hope that we can have another session where we can go inside deeper and deeper when it comes to the mindset. It's a very broad topic, and we can go on and on and on. Summary of it is have humility, have integrity, most importantly, build your network. And when it comes to the mindset bit, is having a winning mindset. Always go look for a mentor with an idea of what to give instead of what to really gain. Your mentor is not your sponsor, like you rightly mentioned, but rather a guiding light to guide you through the path in which you intend to head towards, or is an avenue for you to gain an experience that has been accumulated for so many years, but this time is being given to you in a very short period of time. Mentorship bridges the gap between experience and then time. And it's very important that we can all get ourselves mentors, and most importantly, have integrity when we do so. I'm going to jump on to our next question. Next question will be directed to Justina Boedi. Justina, if you can hear us, Justina, can I get a hello or hi so I know you are with us, please? Justina.
Hi.
Hi, Justina. Glad to have you on the panel discussion. Justina, your opinion, what is the most critical skill young leaders should develop to succeed in political leadership? Once again, because you're running behind time, we advise that we go straight to the point and summarize our points so that the audience can also have time to ask questions.
Okay, sure, that's fine.
Yes.
And thank you very much for our previous speakers. Your presentations were very insightful, and then personally, I've learned a lot of things. So my question is my opinion on what is the most important skill the most critical skill young leaders should develop to succeed in political leadership. So from past experiences and current experiences, I think it is you knowing yourself, like self-awareness. But then to begin with, somebody would ask, when you then say that a person or an administration has had a successful political leadership? So a successful leadership is characterized by the ability to inspire, the ability to motivate, the ability to drive positive change, to have and implement visions, to communicate effectively, being able to do, to have an all-inclusive mindset, adaptability, and then resilience. Okay, so self-awareness, as I initially pointed out, is also basically self-awareness has to do with you knowing and understanding yourself very well. Okay, so with self-awareness, you know yourself very well. You know your weaknesses and you know where your strength lies. You can leverage on these to your very advantage. So for instance, as a student leader or as a leader, you have visions that you want to implement. You have projects, you have a lot of things that you want to implement. But then because you know your self-awareness, you know yourself very well, you understand yourself both inside, outside, and you realize that you actually have a problem with, let's say, you actually have a problem with working with a team, you have a problem with communication, you have a problem with adapting to people. Because you know yourself very well and you know these mistakes, you are going to work towards them. You are going to leverage on it, as I said earlier on. So if you have, so let's say, for instance, you have a project you want to implement, and then you realize that you have problems, or you have a problem with working with a team. So to be able to achieve this project, to be able to make sure that this vision or whatever you're bringing on board is being implemented, you make sure you work on your team working skills. You make sure that you are able to adapt with a lot of people, since you being able to implement that project means that you would have to be working with a lot of people. On working on these skills, I'm sure that you can achieve whatever goal you want to achieve. So at the end of the day, your administration or such an individual is going to have a very good, or is going to succeed in his or her political leadership. Because of time, I wouldn't want to say much, but then I'm sure by developing self-awareness, we'll be able to have a successful political leadership. Thank you very much, Ms. Emmeline, for giving me the opportunity to join these great-minded individuals. And then thank you very much for your audience as well. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Justina. It is a very critical point, and we've duly noted that self-awareness is a step in the right direction towards discovering other skills that you need to be able to succeed in the political leadership. So yes, you've given us the basis for even discovering the first and foremost step for discovering the skills that we need, and we appreciate that so much. I'm quickly going to take the last question, or the view from Caleb Shally. Caleb, that much I want to get your views on what is your take on ethics and integrity in business and political leadership.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I believe you can all hear me. And by the way, that is a great question. My take on ethics and integrity in business and political leadership is simply rephrased to my take on character in business and then political leadership. We must understand that character is self-imposed discipline for the sake of moral convictions. Character is self-imposed discipline for the sake of moral conviction. And it is a dedication to a set of standards without wavering. So when we are talking about integrity, we are talking about ethics. We want to just question the character of our leaders. Character in itself is integrity. Character in itself is integrity. So a person of character recognizes that his life is private. His life is personal, not private. So when we are talking about character in leadership and in politics, we are looking at now you coming to the understanding that my life is personal but not private. People out there are looking at me. People out there are expecting something from me. The only way to test character is by temptation. So tempting will constantly be in your life to monitor your character. So as a leader, as a business leader, as a political leader, there will always be temptation. And these levels of temptation comes up as you grow. So I always say that as a leader, you must grow, know, and then make it show. This is what I learned from John C. Maxwell. Because your character is as strong as the temptation you fell for. So if you fall for a temptation as a leader, when you are being exposed to a level of temptation and you fall for it, it means your character has not neutralized that level of temptation. So you have to understand, or we as young leaders have to understand that our belief system is what creates our values. Our values then create our morals. Our morals create our ethics, and our ethics create our character, and our character creates our lifestyle. Do you want me to go over that again? So I said your belief system creates your values. Your values create your morals. Your morals create your ethics. Ethics your character, and your character creates your lifestyle. So without values, a destiny is lost. Without discipline, we are talking about a lost destiny. So whenever you want to do something, you don't want to find anyone just doing it. Character is revealed when your values, morals, and then beliefs are tested. So when we talk about the importance of value, we are talking about the importance of character is non-negotiable, because trust is a gift. It is earned by the consistency of your character. Trust me. Let me come again on it. I said trust is a gift, but you earn it by the consistency of your character. What is much associated with our generation, which is the Gen Z now, is that we cannot be trusted. Why did that come up? Because of the inconsistency of our character. So if we are talking about ethics and integrity in leadership, then we are talking about our character. We are talking about who we truly are. And that is the most powerful force of any leader, because the character will protect a leader's life, legacy, and leadership. To educate a man's mind without his morals is to create a menace to the society. And that is what Ghana has been exposed to. We have a lot of people who have been educated, but they've not yet been transformed. They don't have a value system for themselves. And that is what we have ourselves in now. And so there is a set of compromise, which I call the leadership decadence. So for us to go up in that level and then become the best version of ourselves, we must realize that character is who we are. And whoever you want to be, whatever you want to be known for, it is going to be a test of character, a test of character. So I would like to end here shortly. Character is who you are.
Thank you very much, Caleb. I hope I didn't cut you. Was it? We want to be sure you're done with your submission, Caleb.
Oh yes, that's fine. I have
Thank you very much.
Again.
That was really, really snappy and also power packed. Character itself imposed discipline for the sake of moral conviction. Without discipline, we are talking about a lost destiny. And on and on and on. I hope you made notes from his submission, and that was his take on ethics and integrity when it comes to business and political leadership. Honestly, it's about consistency in our character, which he spoke about. We don't want to be, looking like the chameleons, changing colors here and there. We should have one brand, one value, and maintain it. And that is what will earn us the trust
by way of our consistency. That has been an amazing session from all the panelists, from Abigail Fee to Pakwisi Forsen to Rifat Abubakar to Justina and to Caleb Shali. I want to sincerely appreciate you for making time to join our panel discussion for the 2024 Summit on the Young Leaders Transformation Summit Africa. It's been an exciting session with all of you on your amazing views on the various questions that have been asked. At this point, I'm going to hand over to the MC of the day, my able and honorable MC Ruby, to be able to take over for the rest of the session. Ruby,
Thank
can
you,
you hear
thank
me?
you. Yes, I
Thank you
can
very
hear
much,
you,
Ruby.
Abraham.
Yes, I
Thank
would love
you.
to. I would love to be here to assist you, but I have to run away quickly to another meeting. So yes, happy anniversary to Level Up Africa, and it's been an exciting time
Right,
with all of you. Thank you and bye.
right. Bye, bye. Thank you so very much, Abraham.
You,
Thank you
Abraham.
to
Thank you so
our
much.
thank you. Thank you to our speakers, Justina, Lady Justina, PK Paulson, Rifat. Oh my God, Caleb. Thank you so very much. Indeed, we have learned a lot. Please, at this juncture, time is fast spent, so I would want us to go straight ahead and invite Julian Julian
Ruby,
Glee to give us. Yes, please.
Ruby, permit me, Ruby, permit me.
Okay.
I think is Raphael in the house. Grace, are you in? I saw them in during the session. Raphael, are you in?
Yes, please, I'm here.
All right. So briefly, in 2 minutes, kindly share your growth stories with us. How you have been impacted, and been a blessing to Level Up Africa. Just in 2 minutes.
So
Sure.
thank you so
Raphael,
And
you have
Grace,
the
please
floor.
get ready to. Okay,
okay.
Raphael.
Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for me. It's a great privilege. Thank you. God bless you. So good evening once more to the entire house, and I'm highly grateful, mommy. So I actually started um my whole journey with Level Up Africa in 2021 when I first got linked to Level Up Africa through a friend of another friend, not a close friend, but a friend of another friend. That's how sometimes life blesses you. So his name is Renoid. He just completed his master, so his bachelor's at Ashesi University. So it began this way. He shared a flyer on his status, and I had to go watch it back then. And the flyer was so interesting. Live up, I mean, Live Up Africa had profiled him in the flyer and made it so distinct and professional. So I looked at it and I told him, "Well, you work with them," and I was curious. I wanted to know more about it. It looked more African and so nice. So that was how he linked me up briefly. He told me, "Do you also want some?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And he linked me up to a lady named Amma, who was also on the page then, and she stayed with us. So that was how I got connected and had the same professional flyer, and I've been using it back then, and it was really, let me say, sorry, it was really impressive then. And as time moved on, fast forward, I got to meet Mrs. Emmeline that year, mommy, and she actually took me up from what I was doing. I started with events, organizing virtual events, then NIS webinar series. And by then we were in the low scale. We were actually not having access to some amenities, like some virtual amenities, I would say. And she picked me up from that estate. And she told me something that I'll never forget. She told me she's going to support me in what I'm doing. Literally, what we had from her was supposed to be a paid stuff, meaning you're supposed to pay for it, or you're supposed to at least want some good part of her heart for her to do that for us. But that was the first time, and she actually gave us the big opportunity. And she supported us in our NIS webinar series to date, and she still does. And she premieres our events live on Facebook, on YouTube, and free of charge using the Zoom, and it's been so helpful. And not only that, Miss Evelyn has actually sent me opportunities, job opportunities. She's also been helpful, not just to me, I know to every one of us on the page and also on the platform, because we have access to opportunities from different places. and that has been so helpful. The journey has been great. I think having someone in life as Mrs. Emmeline is so much desirable. She's a mother to us, and she's someone who is exceptional. Movie, I want to say a big thank you. I don't know how to put my words together. The words are from different angles. They all scattered. But literally, from Level Up Africa, my growth has been distinct and great. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Raphael. Thank you. That was so very inspiring. And please, I hope everyone here who is not part of the network, hearing this, testament from the very people in the network, please try and then get connected and your life will never be the same. Please, Grace, if you are here, we can't wait to listen to your testament. Thank you.
Hello. Please, can I be heard?
Hello. Yes, please.
Wow. So I am so emotional right now. I mean, listening to, I've heard Clifford's story before, but I don't know why. Anytime I hear it over and over again, there's just this goosebumps that like just comes, and it's so nice. It's so nice. I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start from, but since I have to start from somewhere, I will start. So for me, Ms. Emalindati has been a mother right from the very first day I met her. She has been a mother. She has been an amazing mother. I was having a program July. It's Rise, Lead, and Inspire, right? It was a leadership program, okay, on how to inspire the younger women to better themselves, to also make positive impacts in society. And for me, I was going in for people like Bella Mundi, I was going for Nana Magma Brown, I was going for National Core, but they all turned me down, not in a bad way. I mean, they were all occupied. Then I saw mommy's number on a friend's status, and I was like, okay, let me do a share. I'm going to text her. I texted her. It was her birthday, so I just, wished her. And she was like, I don't know, I was like, yes, me myself, I don't know. We laughed about it, right? But she was so welcoming, okay? I told her about the program, and she was like, oh, she's in. I was like, wow. She came for my program. She, I mean, gave me advice and everything. She was motivating me. She would ask me, so how far have you done this? Have you done that? I was like, hey, wow, someone I just met. But for me, it was so nice, right? To have that one person like check up on you to ask you if you are doing okay, you know. So on the day of the program, she said something that resonated with what I was going through. And I was like, nah, God damn it, this woman, I'm keeping her. And so I became closer to her. And I have not for one regretted it. I mean, she has been so helpful, so helpful, so helpful. And one thing I like about her, the fact that she will always make time for you. I mean, she's very busy. She's very busy. She's so busy. But text her and tell her that, Mommy, please, I want 5 minutes of your time. God, she will make it for you. And so, Mommy, I am so honored to meet you today. I am so honored to be part of Level Up Africa. I am so honored to be friends with everyone on the platform. I am so grateful. And Lady Ruby, please, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining. God richly bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Grace. That was so insightful. Thank you too. Thank you too. It's a pleasure knowing you as well. Yeah, thank you. Alrighty. And so, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I would like to call on Julian Lee to give us the vote of thanks. Yeah, and afterwards, we are going to end the summit. Yeah, thank you. Julian?
Hi. Okay, so it's me again, guys. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank God for bringing all of us together. I would like to thank Miss Emma Lindate for guiding us, for being there for us, for being our mother, for being a mentor. We are grateful, Mommy. We are so, so, so grateful. We are very, very grateful that you listen to us and you don't judge. We say thank you, Mommy. I would also want to thank the leadership of this house for being a part of this, for running around, for collaborating with Mommy to organize such a beautiful program. I've really learned a lot. I've really learned a lot. I've really learned a lot. And I know that we've all learned a lot as well. I would also want to say a very big thank you to Lady Ruby and Sir Abraham. I mean, they were so amazing, weren't they? I mean, just look at Ruby's voice, right? So please, we are saying thank you to our moderators too. And oh my goodness, our speakers, my goodness, thank you all so, 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 so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so honored to sit under you, to learn from you. And to all those who shared their experiences, we say thank you. Now, to my free people, those who joined, God bless you. Ayiko, thank you.
Thank you so very much, Miss Julian. All right. At this juncture, I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this summit, please let's remember that the future is in our hands. The future is in your hands. Please let's go out there and make a difference and create the change we will want to see in our lives. I want to use it. I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to our esteemed speakers. Oh my goodness, they were so amazing. Our panelists, our guests for their participation and insightful contribution. I want to say God bless you all so much. Please, everyone, don't forget to share your thoughts, insights, and takeaways from tonight's summit on the social media handle that is Level Up Africa with our hashtag. Please let's do that and project Level Up Africa. Yes, let's keep the conversation going. Thank you all, and good night. Thank you, and God bless you, Miss Imalene, for this opportunity. We are so grateful for the many opportunities yet to come. God bless you, and we love you so very much. Bye, everyone. Good
We love you,
night.
Miss Amalindate.
I love you all right back. See you at the top. God bless you.
Thank you, Mommy.
Amen. Bye. Amen.
Bye.
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 Bye.